Hey guys, I'm the Spookiest Ghost and welcome to another video. Yes, after over a month, I am finally back, as if anyone gives a shit. By the way, sorry that I sound a little unenthusiastic, but I'm really tired today. Anyway, today we're back with another video about one of my favorite topics, the fat acceptance movement. And I am planning on making a video soon about my experience with the movement, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, today we'll be looking at a lovely subreddit called r/fatlogic. And before I begin, I want to give a quick disclaimer. If you're fat and you're watching what you eat, going to the gym, and working your ass off to be healthy, then none of the criticisms in this video apply to you. I mean, clearly you're not lazy or gluttonous if you're exercising and eating a normal amount of food. The only people I will be criticizing are fat people who literally sit on their ass all day, eat ridiculous amounts of food, and then expect people to applaud them for being fat and accommodate to their needs because they made poor choices. So if you are working to lose weight, then this does not apply to you. Point is that as a former fat person that only recently reached a healthy weight and was overweight for the majority of my life and is still kind of chubby but medically is at a healthy weight, if you're fat and you're working on losing weight, not only am I not ridiculing you, but I commend you and I wish you the best of luck in your weight loss journey. Just don't give up. But anyway, let's get into the cringe. Oh, wait. Get it? Cause like, wait and wait. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, I have a subreddit now, so if you want to send me weird shit to make videos about, then you can at r/spookiestghostyt, which will be in the description of this video. Now let's get into the cringe, as if my channel isn't cringe enough. Weight management tracks every bite of food, weighs self daily, exercises to compensate overeating, restricts food groups. Applauded. Eating disorder tracks every bite of food, weighs self daily, exercises to compensate overeating, restricts food groups. Diagnosed. Where do I even begin with this post? Well, let's start with the obvious. Weight management is not the same as having an eating disorder like anorexia or bulimia. You would think that would be obvious, but apparently not. The main difference between normal weight management and eating disorders is, drumroll please, obsession. And by obsession, I don't mean feeling disappointed that you gained some weight and watching what you eat so you don't gain more. I mean gaining some weight and then doing a water fast for a month even though literally no one can survive off of just drinking water. People who have eating disorders become obsessed with all of these things. Most people who are trying to lose weight or are managing their weight will count calories or macros, but they don't do it obsessively the way anorexic people, for example, would do. Normal people, and when I say normal people, I don't mean this as an insult to people who have eating disorders. I mean normal as in people who have normal eating patterns, who just want to lose some weight, probably aren't counting every single calorie down to the ounce because they're not obsessed with it. Normal people know that it's okay if you're a few calories off and that it's really not going to make a huge difference. And clearly, if you're off by a few calories, but really you're off by a few servings, then that's a different situation. But I digress. People with anorexia literally track every bite of food because their entire lives revolve around it. They need to know exactly how many calories they consumed, and this is not normal behavior, hence why they are diagnosed with an eating disorder. Normal people who are losing weight may weigh themselves daily, although personally I never did that, but they don't become obsessive over the number. Yes, they may become upset that they gained a few pounds, but they don't force themselves to eat under 1,000 calories because of it. But a lot of people with eating disorders do. Normal people will exercise to compensate for extra calories if they're having a cheat day, or if they maybe ate a little too much today without realizing and don't want to get off track. However, people with an eating disorder will work out for hours at a time because they're obsessed with the idea that they ate too much and they're overcompensating. A lot of the times, these people people don't even eat enough calories without exercise in a day, let alone the amount of calories they would have to eat taking into account the amount of exercise they did. And thus, they're diagnosed with an eating disorder. Normal people restrict certain food groups to prevent gaining weight, but also to prevent health problems. Normal people will restrict their sugar intake because they don't want to get diabetes, but will still eat some sugar because your body needs it. People with eating disorders won't eat any sugar at all because they're afraid it'll make them fat. You see the difference? Obsession. The main difference is obsession. Diets are the most successful failed business. 95% fail. Hashtag no diet. See how you eat, coach. They're right. Most people do fail diets like Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers, or maybe they don't, I'm not trying to get sued. But here's the thing. You can do Weight Watchers a million times and get to your goal weight, but Weight Watchers almost always fails because it is not a long-term solution. In order to lose weight and maintain it, you need to change your diet forever, not just for a few months. It's really not that hard of a concept. You lose weight and then start eating junk food all the time again, you gain the weight back. You lose weight and continue eating right and exercising, you keep the weight off. Pretty simple, right? Challenge language that pathologizes bodies. Overweight. Other people do not get to decide a body is wrong or over anything just by its size. Unacceptable. Obese. Assuming a body has a made-up disease based on a faulty BMI measure? Nope. Maybe just stop commenting on body size altogether. You hear that, doctors? Better shut the fuck up. This kind of reminds me of that one Twitter post PETA made about how we should stop using phrases like kill two birds with one stone. Why does it remind me of that? Because it's stupid. You see, there's a scientific reason for terms like overweight or obese. Your body is meant to hold a certain amount of weight, and everyone has their own ideal weight. This weight differs from person to person based off of a lot of things such as height, sex, bone mass, etc. For example, my ideal weight, according to my doctor, is around 140 to 150 pounds. This is because I'm 5'6" and because I just naturally have heavier bones. My best friend's ideal weight, however, is much less than mine because she's shorter than me and her bones weigh less than mine. This is why the BMI scale is oftentimes inaccurate, because it doesn't take factors such as bone mass, sex, or age into consideration. But just because I weigh more than her doesn't mean that she's healthier than me. I mean, maybe she is, I don't really know what her diet consists of, but the number alone does not determine if she's healthier than me. That being said, once you go over the ideal weight for you, you are considered overweight because your body was not built to carry that much extra fat. This is why people who are medically considered overweight or obese oftentimes experience issues with their joints, bones, and muscles, because the excess fat is putting weight on your joints, bones, and muscles, which in turn leads to serious health problems. According to obesityaction.org, every extra pound you gain puts an extra 4 pounds of pressure on your joints. So gaining 5 pounds would be the equivalent of carrying around a 20-pound dumbbell around your knees. Really? Come on. I apologize for the background noise, but we're just gonna have to continue. But as I was saying, gaining 5 pounds would be the equivalent of carrying around a 20-pound dumbbell around your knees. And this is exactly why, medically, you may be seen as overweight or obese, because there is extra pressure on your body that your body is not meant to hold. It's not about deciding a body is wrong, it's just science. Plus size clothing should cost the same as the skinny sizes. I'm so tired of being marginalized and excluded for being normal. Most women are a size 14. So sick of these stores only catering to super skinny people. A size 22 should cost the same as a size 8. Do you also go to a restaurant, order 2 entrees, and expect to only be charged for 1? Wait, yeah, you probably do.
My nigga, you just got roasted. Yeah. My nigga, you just got roasted.
It seems like these people don't seem to realize that there's a reason for everything that marginalizes them. Just like how there's a reason you may be described as being overweight or obese, there's a reason you're paying more for plus size clothing. And it's not because the world is so awful towards fat people, it's because the companies that make this clothing have to use more fabric to make bigger sizes. And when I say more fabric, I mean significantly more fabric. Yes, when designers make small, medium, and large sizes, they use different amounts of fabric for each one. But there's a big difference between the amount of fabric used for a medium shirt and a large shirt and the amount of fabric used for a medium shirt and a 5XL. Fabric costs money. Clothing companies need to make a profit. So if they spend more money making clothes for you, then they're going to charge you more money. Anyone with a basic understanding of business knows this. They've sent people to the moon, but they can't create a chair strong enough to support my weight. Shaking my head. Tags. What are priorities? Let's go to the fucking moon. Who cares if fat people want to sit? Fat phobia. If you can't sit in a chair without it breaking, something tells me that your priority should probably be taking care of your body, not worrying about astronauts.
You have reached the voicemail box of... At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Elon Musk. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that your priorities are all wrong. I know that you're focusing on space exploration in hopes of making technological advances that will better society as a whole, but there are obese people that have nowhere to sit because this fat-phobic society can't create chairs to hold people that are 500 plus pounds. So maybe check your privilege and fix your priorities. Okay, bye. Oh, sorry, I was just on the phone with my best friend Elon Musk. You know, we're super close friends. No big deal. Seriously though, I don't know what to even say about this post. This is like saying, hey, instead of focusing on solving world hunger, why don't we just find ways to make new delicious foods for fat people in first world countries who have access to all kinds of food at all times so they can get even fatter? I think the question, what are priorities, applies to the original poster more than Elon Musk or NASA. My boss informs me that an unnamed coworker is uncomfortable with the cup I use for my lunch shakes. I have been asked to take it home and replace it, and their cup says, excuses don't burn calories. First of all, the truth is that excuses really don't burn calories. So if you're getting offended by the truth, then that sounds like a you problem. But second of all, why are workplaces encouraging this kind of mentality? Most people don't care about your feelings or what offends you, and that's just the honest truth. So I think it's super unhealthy to make people believe that they're special and that the world revolves around them, especially in an office setting where there are tons of people, all of whom are mostly focused on themselves. On the other hand though, I guess her boss might be afraid of getting sued for discrimination because he didn't tell her to get rid of her cup, and that's how people deal with things they don't like now. So it could go both ways. Also, flat stomachs aren't real. They're photoshopped. We're supposed to have a stomach pouch because we have organs there. She's right, guys. Of course it's Photoshop. It has to be a pouch that holds your organs. I mean, it's not like there's something called your abdominal cavity, which is the largest hollow space in your body that just so happens to coincidentally hold organs such as the lower part of the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, colon, rectum, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, kidneys, and bladder. I mean, that would just be crazy. Seriously, just Google it. Although if you're gonna Google it, look at the pictures at your own discretion because some of them are kind of gross. I like clothes now. I have more energy. I sleep better. My sex drive is up. Blood's flowing. I'm less susceptible to impulse. I'm in a different mode. When I was out of shape, the idea of using whitening strips on my teeth seemed terrible. I have to do that every day? I'll never do it. What you want is instant results when you're out of shape. You want your teeth whitened in 45 minutes with the use of lasers. But when you're in shape, you know it's the result of doing a little bit every day. Moments aren't just moments. A moment might be a week or a month. So instead of, boy, I'd love to eat this hamburger right now, I'm considering a little further into the future. I'm thinking, I ate that hamburger and that's 1,200 calories, and I'm gonna work out tomorrow and lose 800 calories. I might as well eat a salad here, still do that workout, and then I'm actually making progress. Chris Pratt. This just motivated the fuck out of me. Okay, are we just gonna look past how fat phobic this is? What about this is fat phobic? Please tell me. I don't see him shaming anyone or talking about how it's bad to be fat. He's literally talking about himself and himself only. Like, honest to God, this is grasping at straws if you're trying to call Chris Pratt fatphobic for him talking about his weight loss. A lot of people that are part of the fat acceptance movement always talk about how confident and proud they are of their bodies, but you know what confident people don't do? Shame other people for being proud of achieving something you didn't. To me, shaming people for being proud of their weight loss is something that only people who are jealous or filled with self-hatred would do, and that's not a good look. I mean, if you're so proud of your body and so confident, then why do you feel the need to put other people down for the way they look and for their hard work? Also, don't you see how hypocritical it is to put other people down for their weight loss and their achievements because you don't like it, and then get upset when other people put you down for your weight and the way you look? Like, I don't think that anybody should be putting anybody down for the way that they look, but it doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny. You shouldn't get away with being mean to other people for no reason. The third commenter is right. He really didn't insult or demean any fat people. He just spoke about how he personally is happier since he lost weight and got fit. Why is that such a bad thing? Why can't people be happy? Like, I don't understand. Why is it such an awful thing to be proud of yourself after working so hard to achieve something that you've been trying to for years? So a little context for this next post. The person that posted this is sharing a Facebook conversation that they had with somebody that's trying to sell them some bullshit product. So this is a mix of r/fatlogic and also r/anti-MLM. Hey girly, I've been following your profile for a while and I must say you are gorgeous. Heart, heart. One girl to another though, some of the selfies you've posted are looking kinda different from the others. Crying emoji. All that food you post looks tasty AF, but not so tasty on the hips. I can help you shed those extra 5 to 10 pounds and get you beach ready. Muscle emoji. What? It happens to the best of us. Tongue emoji. Please circle where I need to lose weight. You do mine and I'll do yours. And then she sends a picture of her body. Wow, rude. I thought I'd message you to help, but you're just a bitch. I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to live at the gym like you. Don't bother. And then it cuts off there. God forbid someone defends themselves after you call them fat to try and sell them your shitty product. Also, I have a story about how I almost became part of an MLM, but that's for a different time. But if you want to hear it, let me know. But anyway, I don't know what this lady looks like, but judging off of her response, she's probably not the skinniest woman. I mean, no one who's as fit as this girl would get so offended by her saying that she's not fat and that she doesn't need her product. Here we go again with the low self-esteem and taking it out on people that you think look better than you. No fat chicks. 21 years old. I'm super into working out, lifting weights. Being healthy is my biggest passion in life. I like a girl that's into fitness like me and works out at least once a week. Yes, sadly somehow I'm fat, but I believe healthiness is a lifestyle. I work out with extreme intensity every day. I don't know how I'm fat, to be honest. I'm down to date a fat girl as long as she exercises like me, but there's no way a girl can work out as much as me and still be fat. My fatness is legit a mystery. I shouldn't be fat. Okay. Before I even start talking about this, I 100% believe that preferences are not a choice, and if you're a guy who isn't attracted to bigger women, that's okay. You can't force yourself to be attracted to someone if you're not. Simple as that. But this is just a bit extra, especially taking into account the fact that this guy doesn't look like the healthiest person. I mean, you can only see the bottom of his face, but you can also see his double chin pretty clearly, and he himself even admits that he's fat, so it's a little hypocritical to so bluntly say that you won't date fat women when you yourself aren't really any better. If he really is trying to lose weight, then the best of luck to him, but his bio kind of gives me r/quit your bullshit vibes. It's funny how he's so desperately trying to make girls believe that he's fat for no reason other than genetics, I guess. But in his mind, women can't be fat simply because of genetics, because apparently that's only a male thing. Truth be told, genetics can absolutely play a role in how much you weigh, but at the end of the day, you can control your weight for the most part. I'm genetically predisposed to be overweight, but I'm at a healthy weight after 2 years of working out and eating well, so it's just up to you whether you want to let that obstacle stop you from trying or whether you want to push through and overcome it, but I digress. Also, I like how his idea of being into fitness is working out once a week. Hate to break it to you, but you're probably not gonna get much from one workout a week. Just saying, no fat chicks with an X. Telling a dangerously overweight person not to lose weight because they're beautiful is like telling an alcoholic not to stop drinking because they're fun. Disclaimer, being overweight doesn't matter to me, and I don't hate people who are. However, there is a point where your weight is seriously endangering your health. Now, I don't really have any comments for this post, but I think it's important to share because it's true. I've gotten comments from people concerned about their loved one's weight, asking how to go about telling them that they're concerned and think they should lose weight. And I think that if you are in that situation, you should really keep this post in mind. Food addiction is a very real thing, and it is very dangerous. It's important that you voice these concerns to your loved ones because it might be the push they really need to start making a change in their lives. Just like any other addiction, food addiction will only worsen if you continue to enable the addict. I know it's hard, but it's necessary. And I know firsthand what it's like to be concerned about someone because they're addicted to something, but I'm not gonna go into details. Point is, I just wanted to share this post in case you need some motivation to actually say something to your loved one. I know it's hard, but at the end of the day, you could be saving their life. I want to share this last post, not because it's funny or stupid, but because it shows a different side to how fat acceptance is bad, rather than just promoting unhealthy behavior. I think that this post is important to share because it shows that not only is fat acceptance dangerous, but it's also a spit in the face to those who are impoverished and aren't lucky enough to live in a country like America, where food for most people, including myself, is plentiful. The FA movement goes against everything that I grew up with. I grew up in South Africa. Not the best country, but not the worst when it comes to, well, everything. It's got some of the most beautiful architecture and it's got some of the biggest squalors. It's a land of contradiction. As a result, I grew up seeing both sides of human nutrition. My teachers were overweight, bordering on obese, but my fellow students sometimes didn't have lunch because their families didn't have any food. Even worse, I saw children my age without a family and without food, begging near the squalors camps. Then there is this culture preaching fat acceptance. When I first read about it, I was absolutely horrified. Here is a demographic of people eating so much that they become overweight and obese to the point that it's affecting their health negatively. And then they try and justify their excess weight by hiding behind the argument of F your social beauty standards. It's justifying gluttony, a luxury that most people don't have. A luxury that people are trying to justify in the face of people starving to death. Fat acceptance is a first world problem that insults third world suffering. I really wanted to share this post because, yes, the fat acceptance movement is dangerous and puts people at risk of serious health issues or even death. But it's also really disrespectful to starving people in third world countries or, hell, even impoverished people in first world countries like the US. Here we have a group of people complaining about how hard their lives are, mostly because of their life choices, when there are people that are begging for change on the streets so they can afford one meal a day. And I'll admit, I never even thought about this being a reason that the fat acceptance movement is bad until I saw this post on r/fatlogic, and it really made me realize how lucky I am to be able to eat every day and not have to worry about whether or not I'll have to starve tomorrow. And this post is why I will be leaving a link to actionagainsthunger.org, which is a charity that provides food to people that are hungry in countries all over the world, including Africa. It seems to be one of the best charities I could find, with 93 cents out of every dollar going to feeding the hungry. So if you would like to donate, then the link will be in the description. And if you can't, then that's okay. There are many other ways to help the hungry, such as participating in food drives, volunteering at homeless shelters, or even just buying a homeless person some food next time you see one if it's possible. I have no affiliation with this charity and I'm not getting anything from this. I just thought that it would be good to give to people that aren't as fortunate as me. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, you can leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or now my subreddit to stay updated with my channel. Sorry I've been gone for so long, but I'm glad to be back. Hopefully I'll start uploading regularly again soon. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I'm the Spookiest Ghost, and I'll see you next time.